I feel like I have hair in my ear, but that's impossible. What is this? Oh, this is probably one of the cards. Okay. Alright, that should be fine. I don't know which card is set to what thing. Yeah, I'm sure it's all fine. Yeah, it's probably all fine. Okay. Alright. At everyone. Metal Gear Solid 2. Perfect. And everything should be okay. And we're finally done with the fucking Wii. How great is that? Gear Solid 2 is like Metal Gear Solid 1, but it's 2. I have been teasing a Metal Gear Solid 2 playthrough for like 2 years now. And I just now started doing one. And it's gonna last 2, maybe 3 streams tops. Worth the wait, is what I say. Oh, man. Now, this may be the worst Metal Gear Solid. Maybe. I don't know. Obviously, I'm not counting Phantom Pain, because that's not a real game, and it didn't happen, and you can't tell me it did. But, like, of the, 4 main Metal Gear Solids, 2 is definitely on the weaker half. Along with 4, but they're both really good games. So, who knows where this is going to land at the end. My biggest hope is that, unlike with No More Heroes 2, I'm not mid-playthrough with this fucking game. And that I can actually start the damn game at the beginning on a New Game Plus file. Not that it would be like... Are we going to do a drunk stream again? We're not going to do a drunk stream again. No. I probably could, but that's not going to be necessary. Alright. Brown. Special. Okay. Don't forget to put there are no cheat codes. There are none. Alright, this is the 2015 save, so this is probably the... Last time I played this game was in 2015. Interesting. So this is probably the most up-to-date save. Tanker Plant, obviously. And although I have beaten the game on the higher difficulties, we're gonna go with very easy. Because it's fucking crazy. Like, the harder difficulties in this game are nightmarish. This story is fictional, and any and all similarities, characters, groups, or other entities in real life are coincidental. Keep that in mind when we pass by the Marines.
Hudson River, 2 years ago.
And the Hudson River.
We had classified intelligence that a new type of Metal Gear was scheduled for transport. The whole thing stank, but our noses have been out in the cold too long.
And the George Washington Bridge. Let me just say, when this game came out on PS2, it looked remarkable. Granted, this game was released in, I think, 2003. Or it's sad in 2000. It might be 2001. Oh, I added Ryan to the mini-boss list. Granted, he only beat me because I was drunk, but I guess it counts enough because I don't feel like going back. If you ever wanted to know proper bungee jumping procedure, there you have it. Make sure to jump entirely face first while invisible. Onto a boat. Only way to bungee jump. Oh yeah, you get to run around naked in this game at one point. I remember. That'll be fun.
Oh boy, he's right on schedule.
Yo, Game of Fan, thanks for the host.
He'll know soon enough.
Yeah! Can't say, but you wanted to say have a great stream? Well, thank you. Have a good night. It's gonna be great. There's gonna be so many memes. Y'all won't even believe how many memes.
This is Snake. Do you read me, Otacon?
Loud and clear, Snake.
Kept you waiting, huh? I'm at the sneak point.
Everything going okay?
The stealth camo's busted. Landing impact.
We must have overused it. Sorry, but you're gonna have to deal with it. You're not in the military anymore.
Right. I didn't plan on relying.
This is on very easy.
Private sector's not so bad, is it? Privacy guaranteed.
Not because of the... Specifically, it's on very easy because of the Metal Gear Ray.
Mei Ling's not so bad. That reminds me, I have to get in touch with her again about
Yeah, have a good night.
Flashware.
Diverting toys from the SSCEN again? But give her a message from me. Someone will find out, sooner or later. She's better off assuming it sooner and quit while she's safe.
Too true. Okay, Snake, let's get to work. You know how the technical specs of Metal Gear were sold on the black market after Shadow Moses?
All Ocelot's doing.
Exactly. And now every state, group, and .com has its own version of Metal Gear.
Not exactly a classified weapon for today's nuclear powers.
This new one seems to have been designed to wipe the floor with all the other models. The only consistent description is that it's an amphibious, anti-Metal Gear vehicle.
That explains why this one is under Marine Corps jurisdiction.
I should stop doing that. That's probably really distracting.
The mission objective is to make visual confirmation of the new Metal Gear being transported by that tanker and bring back photographic evidence. But I want you first to go up to the top level of the infrastructure, to the bridge. We need to find out where the tanker is headed.
A little reconnaissance, huh?
There's too much we don't know about this new prototype. Capabilities, deployment method. We don't even know how close it is to completion. If we know where the testing arena is, I can start to draw some reasonable conclusions.
All right, I'll head to the bridge ASAP.
Try to avoid confrontations. Our goal is to collect evidence on Metal Gear development and expose it to the world. It would be best if you could get out of there without alerting anyone.
Don't worry, I know the drill. We're not terrorists.
Very good. Don't you forget that you're part of Philanthropy now, an anti-Metal Gear organization and officially recognized by the UN.
Recognized, but still fringe, Otacon.
All right, let's look at your gear. Your weapon is a tranquilizer gun converted from a Beretta M92F.
M9.
It's a little hard to work with because you have to reload after each shot since the slide locks.
Better than scavenging at the mission site. Good suppressor, too.
The chemical stun will take effect in a few seconds and last for hours. You can take down an elephant with that thing. Check out the laser sighting, too. The effects of the anesthetic round will vary depending on what part of the body is hit.
Now, I am well aware that it is specifically telling me what to do.
Chest or head.
I am not reading
As
it.
for the equipment. Hey, Snake, cigarettes? What's wrong with you?
It's kind of a lucky charm.
You haven't read the Surgeon General's warning, have you? Here's the digital camera. Works almost the same way as your old one.
I'm just gonna try and remember what to do when night gets
first
to
the
me.
Snake. These are nice, upstanding Marines, not terrorists. Don't get caught. You're in stealth mode here.
Sure, and if it comes to that, a little beauty sleep never hurt anyone. By the way, Otacon, are you sure of this intelligence?
Absolutely. Hacked it out of the Pentagon's classified files myself.
No traces?
Oh, please. I'm too good for that.
But this might be a trap. Remember, there's a price on our heads.
You're just being paranoid.
I hope so. Those men, you wouldn't think they were anything but civilians from here.
With all the ships passing on the river and in the harbor, putting uniformed Marines on the deck would be a bad idea. People can get a clear view of the water from Riverside, too.
The water line is too high. According to the navigational plans, this ship should have discharged its cargo upriver.
It's in there, no doubt about it.
The military trains you to watch for threats from the stern on a boat. That's SOP for counter-terror ops, too. Security should be tighter.
You worry too much.
Where's the target?
Satellite surveillance is a major international pastime these days. I'd say the cargo holds, safely below the deck. Do you see the entrance to the holds?
Looks like there are a few entryways into the crew quarters. The chopper. What?
Uh-oh, here we go.
Looks like we're not the only ones after Metal Gear tonight.
Is that a chopper I just heard?
Affirmative. Probably another cavalry. What's their game? Hijack?
They're probably targeting the ship's controls.
Otacon, how many men do you need to take over a tanker of this size?
The ship is run by a computer, so I'd say about 18 people.
$18 people.
Yes, 7 for you. Russians?
You sure?
No Marine barber touched that head of hair.
Yeah, you think you might be Russian?
Transmitting a photo. Let's
That is the most Russian man I've ever seen.
Looks like the tanker's theirs now. Ka-60 Kasatka.
Kasatka? Kamov chopper, right? Killer whale.
We need to get a fix on who they are.
Judging by their transport, aren't they some kind of military commandos?
Not necessarily. It could be the Ka-62, the civil model.
Look, Snake, all we need is the photographic evidence of Metal Gear. As long as we have those, we can put it online and blow the whole thing wide open. So no pyrotechnics, okay?
All right.
Got it.
My
Blow
best.
up the whole
This isn't
boat.
like Shadow Moses. Reach me if anything happens. The frequency's 141.12.
How can I check in and save my progress?
I'll do it. There's a frequency set aside for it. 140.96. Sorry, but no Mei Ling this time. Call me on the codec when you want to save.
Got it.
I'll be waiting just past the Verrazano Bridge. You need to be off that ship by then.
I'll be in touch.
So, if you save the... Oh, shit, Maid. Playing a little bit of Dragon Guard 1, your brother was trying to talk to you about Skyrim, and he said, well, I'm going to play a fantasy game that's way better than Skyrim, so get out. Also, he asked Mom if he could watch. She said as long as nobody swears. The one thing Dragon Guard 1 doesn't do. Well, there you go. That was a waste of ammo, but now I remembered how to do that. Alright. Okay, so we have 94 dog tags, which got me the Infinity Bandana and Stealth Camouflage. Which we are going to use. Because, hell yeah. And if you save the game with Otacon like 100 times, you can hear a brief scene with Mei Ling, but it's super not worth it.
Snake, switch to first-person view and look at the upper decks. See the sentries? Take them out in first-person view.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of
Change to
playing
first-person
of
view with
3.
a weapon selected. Once you aim your weapon with the weapon button, you're ready to attack in first-person view. Using the first-person attack allows you to shoot high or low. You can aim for the enemy's head or even feet. The L2 and R2 buttons let you strafe during first-person attacks. You can crouch too with the crawl button. Once you've mastered all the moves, you'll be able to do things like jump out from concealment, fire at a target, and then drop out of the enemy's view again.
Alright, let's see if I remember everything. Okay. Alright, I think we're good. Oh, my fucking button's stuck. Alright. Alright, here we go. So the question is, how... like, aggressive/stealthy should we be? That's the real question.
Who's that?
Ha! Loser. Nobody cares, Otacon. Nobody cares. Da, 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 da. So what did your brother think of it, I guess is the question. Can I shoot you in the ass while you're unconscious? I think maybe. So does he really want to bone the dragon? Is that... Or is that just, like, a joke? Because you have said that a lot. It's kind of a joke. Okay. I'm gonna shoot you in the butt. Got him. Fuck. Yeah. Shh. Alright. Nope. Nope. Hold up. He does fall in love with Angelus, but you're pretty sure Kame is smart enough to know sex. Well, okay then. All I need to do is flip this man over. That's not... That's more bullets. You know what? It'll be fine. What could possibly go wrong? What's he gonna do? Wake up? Bah. Their thoughts are one? Huh. So he has like a psychic connection with the dragon. Like the bad Aragon movie. The movie was terrible. Yep, that's what I wanted to do. That was what I intended to do. Snake, get your snake ass in here. Alright.
This reminds me of when we first met.
I was the one inside the locker that time. We're equal now, huh?
Not unless I wet my pants.
That's a low blow, Snake. You can also hide in...
That's not interesting. I'm trying to remember how to get this scene.
Push the action button.
Alright. Hang on. I'm not going to spend too much time trying to figure this out.
Push the action.
But I am going to spend some time.
Push the action.
Alright. Alright, I give up. I don't remember how this works. I don't remember the secrets of being a perv. The dragon does? Alright. When this guy turns the corner, I'm gonna shoot him. Bang. A dragon is born killing machine had to say, Kame, they're not worth it. Let's get to the seal already. Can you... Do you have to kill everyone in that game? Or can you play the game where you just go right to your destination? Because I always assumed you had to kill everyone. No. There's targets you have to kill. Okay. I'm the stealthiest. So, if you don't know why I'm doing this, in Metal Gear Solid 1, you don't have an option for this, but in Metal Gear Solid 2, you do. And you see these, you see their butt right here. Right here in their little butt, where I'm pointing at with my laser gun. This bottom part right here is the battery to their walkie-talkie. And so, even if they wake up, if you destroy their walkie-talkie batteries, they can't call for help. I also really like the, physics of this game. Like, it does a lot of, really cool things that I don't even see in, a lot of modern games. Like that. Look at that. I missed. Like, look at that. Look how cool that is. Alright. I thought I could get back there. Oh, I can. It's just more M9 bullets. That's not worth it. That's not worth it at all. So, in order to get the Infinity Bandana, like I do... Oh, enemy castle? I thought you meant, enemy commander. But it's the same idea. In order to get the Infinity Bandana and the stealth, camouflage, I had to get, a stupid amount of dog tags, which you get by holding someone up. Which I guess I should hold someone up for you, but we're gonna wait till we get a real gun. Just to show off that whole mechanic, because I think it's a really cool mechanic. But in order to get the required number of... I hope this button doesn't become important at any point. In order to get the required number of dog tags, I had to play the game on extreme difficulty. So if you think I can't play it on extreme difficulty, I can. I'm actively choosing not to. Is that why you have a cloth dragon behind you? Oh, yes. The cloth dragon behind us is the Infinity Bandana. It is Solid Snake's bandana with Infinity symbol sewn into it. He actually first acquires this bandana in the good ending of Metal Gear Solid when he rides off with Meryl. It is the piece of cloth that you find on the snowmobile. And it's basically just an expanded bandana, but it gives you infinite ammo. See how my bullets don't go down? And the stealth camouflage activates when equipped, can optically deceive enemy eye, helping you hide, turns you invisible, so enemies can't see you. I believe it also works on cameras. However, it does not work on cameras in Metal Gear Solid 4, but I've went out of my way to acquire the Infinity Bandana, or the Infinity Ammo equivalent for all characters in all Metal Gears up till 4, and all stealth camouflage variants up till 4, which... I mean, they standardize it in the next game, where in the next game, you have to basically, in order to get stealth camouflage, have to play the entire game without being detected. So when you save, the screen fades to red. Okay. In Silent Hill 2, HD, it fades to red. However, in Silent Hill 3, it fades to white for some reason. Okay. Is it an important change? I thought you could run and shoot in this game. I was wrong. So this is the first Metal Gear Solid on a PS2. And PS2 Silent Hill 3, it fades to red. It's just weird. Yeah, it's a weird change. I'd agree with that. You think at the very least, why did I answer this phone? You think they would standardize it.
Snake, there's a surveillance camera in place. Once you're in its field of view, an alarm will go off. You can't afford to be seen. You can also use the chaff grenade to set up some electronic interference. The camera will be ineffective for a while. There's a blind spot right beneath the camera. Use it to buy some time.
Okay. I am gonna test something. Ha! You can't fucking see me, loser. That works in some Metal Gears and oh god. And doesn't in others. My fucking shoulder button is stuck as shit. Speaking of Metal Gear and Silent Hill, is your glorious drinking Kojima rant going on YouTube? Oh, absolutely. I upload all of the streams, actually. It should be up. Probably would go up Sunday or Monday on YouTube. I have covered myself in white. Sounds like a typical Tuesday, if we're being honest. Hey, yo!
Snake, wait! Don't move!
I see it. Some kind of device on both sides of the hall. Infrared sensors?
Right, and they're linked to...
Let me guess. Semtex.
Exactly. Plastic explosives. If you trip the sensors...
I'll be sleeping with the fishes, along with this entire ship.
That sounds incredibly safe, and I understand why they did that.
There aren't that many infrared beams. Maybe you can get past those without setting off the explosives. If you need to see exactly where the beams are, you can use the usual method. There's a fire extinguisher over there. Break it open and try scattering some of the extinguishing chemicals.
I'm gonna shoot a watermelon. That was a squash. Friend wanted to watch Paprika, and her thoughts are pretty solid. It was great, but not Perfect Blue great. Yeah, I'd agree with that. Yeah, I'm not a big Satoshi Kon fan, but I do really like the ending of Perfect Blue. Granted, I watched a good chunk of his movies last year, March of last year, when I watched when I did the like 100 anime in a month thing. Original novels Perfect Blue and Paprika are written by the same guy. Interesting. They do have a similar flavor to them. Oh god, I have a cold. Oh, you can do that in this game, by the way. You can get a cold. Let me tell you, if you want to stealth, never more hard to deal with stealthing while you're fucking sneezing. You're just like, oh, I'm Solid Snake. Look at me stealth. Achoo. Okay. So, you know, interestingly, I think Mythbusters did a test on this, which is that if you have a mist or some kind of, like, smoke or something that is so visible it causes the tripwires to actually show up like this did, it probably is enough to set off the tripwires. So, doesn't really work in real life. That's interesting. Also, I just want to point out the flaw in the terrorists' plan here, because they decided to set the entire ship... Stop sneezing, Snake. I'm talking. They decided to set up tripwires that can set off the Semtex in the entire ship, which is fucking crazy, because if one of them accidentally sets it off, or a Marine is still alive and walks through here and sets it off, we're all dead. Perfect Blue's movie and novel are pretty much completely different. Can't say for Paprika, you never read it. Oh, well. In that case, I guess he just did his own thing with it.
So it is the Kasaka. Russian choppers.
I like how they sent at least 18 Russian soldiers onto this boat, took over the entire boat, and then decide, you know what? Don't have enough Russian soldiers on this boat. Let's send more. Yeah, which ones did I watch? I watched Paprika, Perfect Blue, Tokyo Godfathers, I believe, is also Satoshi Kon, and Millennium Actress. I think, discounting the ending of Perfect Blue, I think Millennium Actress was my favorite.
Snake, did you find out where that ship is headed?
I'm looking at it. 35 degrees longitude.
You watched Wolf
Latitude
Children for the
around
first
50
time, and you love Mamoru
500
Hosada, but what the
miles
fuck,
off
that
the
was
coast of
painfully
Korea.
average?
Out in the middle of the
Okay,
Atlantic.
I watched Wolf
So,
Children roughly the
prototype
same time I
is
watched the
ready for
Satoshi Kon movies,
It's
and I
basically
wasn't
combat
terribly
with-
into it either.
That area is
Like, I
outside
see
the Second
why
Fleet's
people would
operational
like
range,
it, and I get the
It must be a
appeal, it just
standalone
didn't work
Marine
for
Corps
me.
project, which means this prototype Metal Gear must be designed for independent deployment without any naval assistance. Anyway, analysis can wait till later. Snake, you need to go down
Mirai to
the hold
Mirai?
locate the actual metal.
Have I seen that? I don't know if I've seen that. Quick, me, find out if you've seen that. Nope. Alright. I should save. I'm not going for score, right? I'm just going for practicality, so I should absolutely save.
Do you want to save, Snake?
Yeah, I probably should. Watch Paranoia Agent. It's like 24 episodes, and it's one of Cone's best. Paranoia Agent. Oh, yeah, Paranoia Agent. Yeah, that's on my watch later list somewhere. Along with 230 other things.
Snake, you of course know the saying, one for all for one?
What is this all of a sudden?
I love
I
this.
figured you'd need a lot of motivation, so I came prepared. It's from the Three Musketeers. The book, not the candy bar. Anyway, it means that if you go up against everyone by yourself, they'll gang up on you too, I think. Since you're on your own on that ship, you need to take this to heart and avoid confrontation.
I love this.
That. Just like the old days, huh?
Almost reminds me of Mei Ling. But you sure you got it right?
Of course. And I'll teach you a lot more of these. You can count on it.
Great.
So this is the most adorable thing ever. But because Mei Ling isn't here, Otacon comes up with a bunch of, like, phrases and sayings to, like, encourage Snake with, like she used to. But he gets the meaning of all of them completely wrong and never takes away the intended message.
Check it out. Use the hatch on the port side of the infrastructure to get out onto the navigational deck. That's where you need to go.
Oh, I didn't know they wake up happy. I just thought it was about a kid who beats people with a bat.
Shalashashka has landed. I'm on my way to the tanker holds. Report your status.
Control room, communications, and engine room are under control. All entry and exit points to the tanker hold secured. Infrared sensors placed and operational.
Good work. Are the explosives in place?
Yes, they are all planted.
Listen, once we have what we came for, the tanker will be scuttled.
And the vehicle's pilot.
He's the only one who underwent the VR training. No one else can do it.
Are you sure you can trust him?
Your part in the mission is complete. You are to leave at once.
No, it's not over yet.
I can see the moon, even in this storm, pale as death. I have a bad feeling about this mission. You swore this to me, that you would leave the unit once the mission was complete. Do not worry, this is a country of liberty.
No, this is where I belong, with the unit. I have nowhere else to go. Father, I want to stay and fight.
There is no choice to make here, Olga. Need I remind you that you are carrying my grandchild? You will be on the helicopter out of here now.
Damn it.
Okay, so her being pregnant is actually fairly important for the future.
Freeze! Hands over your head, now! Toss your gun overboard, slowly. A woman. Show your face.
You men, you're all the same.
Who are you?
So this is gonna sound weird, but I actually appreciate the detail that Olga has armpit hair.
Wanderers.
I said don't move.
It's not something you usually see, like, media give women, especially video games.
What else do you have there? Take the knife and toss
And it kind of says, like, it speaks to her, like, priorities as a character. I think it's a good touch.
there. Toss it overboard. Hold that position.
Oh, shit!
Turn around.
You know what you're
Look
doing.
at you, Robin Williams, knowing. I never knew Robin Williams watched anime. That's interesting.
It stopped raining. Not too shabby, is it? New York, I mean.
Aha! Knife gun!
And that brings our tour to its conclusion.
Scout knife with a surprise. You a Spetsnaz?
I think you deserve a little credit. No one's ever dodged that shot of mine. But no one gets lucky twice, either.
Okay, so people will often say this is the hardest fight in the game. It's not to me. Oh, God.
I've been with the unit since I was born.
I feel that the hardest fight in the game
Conflict and victory
is
were my
the
parents.
second to last
This is
boss.
my life, my family. We've shared everything, all the bad and all the good. I have no one. Nothing except the unit. Nothing else matters to me. Ah. Whoever you are, you're not stopping.
He loved
us.
Evangelion 2 in this one trailer. He was in the. I have to be misreading something there. Oh, yeah, so a neat little detail about this game, unlike the original Metal Gear Solid, is that you can actually fight bosses in this game with non-lethal methods. And you actually have to, because you only have a non-lethal gun when you fight Olga, you have to use non-lethal against her. Which is an important little detail and explains why she totally lives this encounter. Also, she's slowing down now that we're tranquilizing her. I don't know if that's the game messing up or not. Thought there was a way to lean. There is a way to lean. There we go. Let's see, loved Evangelion 2 in this one. Thriller, he was in the Kid Bison Eva toy. Said toy was supplied by Williams' personal collection. In this one Thriller he was in the kit... Okay, hang on. In this one Thriller he was in, their kid bought an Eva toy. Said toy was supplied by a Williams personal collection. Got it. I know exactly what you mean. He was in a Thriller. The kid bought an Evangelion toy. It was Robin Williams, and he brought it. So I'm pretty sure those don't exist. Well, actually, they may exist now. But I don't know if they existed when this game was set.
Otacon, the ship appears to be under their control. The men have Russian gear, but I haven't been able to find out anything else about their origin.
I know who they are.
You do?
We've ID'd the old man,
Who is he?
Sergei Gerlukovich.
Gerlukovich, one of Ocelot's allies.
Yeah, the GRU colonel. He's the one Ocelot was supposed to meet up with after Shadow Moses.
They're after Metal Gear.
Everything's changed. This is not going to be as simple as we thought.
You could say that. I saw a surveillance remote just now. It looked like the Cypher.
A Marine Cypher T?
No, Army.
First the Marines, then the Russians, now the Army?
You're right. This isn't gonna be simple.
Snake, there's something I have to tell you.
What?
We didn't dig up this info about the new Metal Gear on our own. Not like usual.
How did you find out then?
It was a tip. An anonymous tip.
Anonymous? You've never trusted those. Why would you start now?
I have a younger sister, a stepsister. We have different parents. I only knew her for 2 years.
You've never mentioned her before. So?
The sender of the tip was EE.
EE?
Her name is Emma, but I always call her EE.
Emma? Emmerich?
Yeah, it just caught my eye, you know? I figured it was a coincidence, but I couldn't get it out of my
Apparently in the Aladdin movie, the
There's
best
really
part
no
is
one
the
out
part
there
that we
who
all
knows
made
about
fun
it.
of. Apparently, aside
When
from
was the
Williams,
last time you
Will
saw
Smith,
her?
everything
Over
is
10 years
shit.
ago.
You think
I'ma
it's a
be
plan
honest.
to lure us out here?
I don't know.
Genie was always the best part of Aladdin anyway, right?
System to get confirmation.
Okay.
Watch your back, Snake. Maybe I screwed up.
I've got a light-equipped USP. I can take them on now. There's no
That
ammo.
said, I
It's
never
9mm,
intended to watch that
just
movie
like the
anyway.
Marines M9. I'll find those somewhere around here.
Don't raise too much.
I'm not on
money
board
that
with this
thing.
whole, like, live-action Disney adaptation. I don't really see a point in it. Alright, so, we've got Olga here. I'm just gonna go ahead and shoot her a little bit. Bop.
What are you doing? How could you shoot someone who's unconscious? What are you, some kind of a monster?
Oh no! Okay. Now you might be asking why I did that. One, it was partially for that conversation, but two, I'm gonna get a camera. This camera. And I'm gonna find her and I'm gonna take a picture. Once I figure out how to do that. That was the wrong camera. There we go. Okay. Now, I'm not going to take all of the special pictures because it's kind of hard to, but I am going to take some of the special pictures. Oh, hey, y'all know what you forgot to tell me to do? Pull-ups. You should be ashamed. How could you let me forget to do pull-ups? I am well aware none of you knew to tell me to do that. I don't think any of you have ever played this game. Okay. You're not liking the direction gaming as a hobby is going? What do you mean by that? Because I kind of feel ya. Now we got a wet box. Nothing like a nice wet box, you know what I'm saying? Hobby is a loose term, seems to be a goddamn lifestyle now. Well, in a lot of ways, all hobbies are lifestyles. There's a way to get off of this, right? Okay, yeah, there is. What is this? Bam! USP suppressor. Oh, thermal goggles. That's useful. I don't think this game has batteries either. Mostly because I think this game all takes place in the span of a single day. Here's something a guy I knew in middle school said to me when he saw you again for the first time in like 4 years. Okay. I would like to jump. I would like to... Snake, I want you to dangle from a ledge, please. Damn, you're living the otaku lifestyle now, huh? Okay. Don't know if I should be honored or ashamed. Well, this is America, so you can be honored. But if it was Japan, you should punch him. Them's the rules for that. Because we kind of bastardized the term otaku here in American culture. It's pretty derogatory in Japan. Alright. Now we have an important question, everyone. We have an important question. Is this a lethal or non-lethal playthrough?
Who's that?
I guess it just became a lethal playthrough. You like getting physical media, and we're getting more towards digital only, and you hate multiplayer games, and we're getting progressively more and more towards marketable stream-worthy games. Yeah, I get what you're talking about. That's a, like, major reason why I'm switching over to PC, mostly, is because even though, like, modern, like, console AAA games don't really, are all kind of homogenizing themselves, there's a pretty extensive indie game market on PC that can, like, anything I would want to play, someone is making. I have just shot myself. Only real men shoot themselves. I should not say that. Don't shoot yourself, kids. Yeah. But yeah, I also really like physical, like, discs, and I'm gonna miss when they go away. Forget mechanically what happens if you shoot a light out. Nothing. Cool. So I still have a pretty sizable game collection myself on disc. I'm playing this on disc. But they did say for PS5 at least, they're not planning to get rid of discs. And the Dickless X... That's a fucking tongue twister. Holy shit. Discless Xbox. That's harder than most average tongue twisters. That is crazy. The discless Xbox is really just as like a money-saving option. And it's like a pure money-saving option too, because they have they specifically said that the reason that it has the same design as the original Xbox One is that they would have had to have hired someone to design a new Xbox. And they wanted to make it as money-saving as possible. You thought a year ago I could just play older games. Arcana Heart 37, Rival Schools 47, Fatal Frame 53, Hunting Ground 120, Rule of Rose 500, Kunon 1200. Yeah, well, see, this is why I emulate everything. Cause it just gets crazy. Alright. So you might be asking yourself, Sack, why are you murdering all of these people? And my response to you is, these people just killed a whole bunch of Marines, and it would just be unpatriotic to not shoot them. And I'm nothing if not a patriot. Gaming itself may not crash, but you sure hope retro gaming crashes. Yeah. It probably will with these prices. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, there's not even really... The problem with that is that there's not a big market for it. Like playing old video games isn't particularly popular when compared to playing multiplayer games or the ever-dying single-player game market. And the ones who do end up, like, playing old games are usually people who are willing to pay the prices for them. And most of the time, the old games are being sold third-party. Yeah, exactly. The guy from Toy Story 2, Ken Bone. And most of the games aren't even being sold by the original providers anymore. They're being sold by third parties. Which, like, digital sources for older video games are more reasonably priced, usually. But even then, it's still crazy to charge like 30, 40 bucks for a Mario game that came out 30, 40 years ago. So it's just not a problem I see actually getting better. I mean, it's a problem that I would obviously hope gets better. I murdered this man, right? What is this game you are looking at playing here? Kuon? What is Kuon? I don't know what this is, but it looks fucking cool as shit. Hold up. Developed by From Software. I'm gonna be honest, just the words developed by From Software is almost enough for me to leave this page. But I guess I will keep reading. Based on an ancient type of Japanese story called a Kaidan. The game is set in Kyoto Heian period. During the Heian period. Ooh, that's a really good time period that nobody ever sets anything in. Except for, I guess, like, Tale of Genji. But that doesn't count. Huh. It's got really mixed reviews. Due to its limited release outside of Japan and poor sales, it is one of the rarest games on PS2, averaging over $3,000. You ever looked into just, like, emulating it, then? If I shoot this, will I die? No. That's how real men test if they're gonna die by doing something. Is just doing it and then finding out.
Freeze.
Are you going to shoot me?
Yes. I didn't get your dog tag yet? That's crazy. Hajime Suima. Yeah, I guess you did see the cheapest copy. Loose copies were $230. You could probably find an ISO of it. Well, maybe not. If it's like super rare, then it's possible that they may not have they may not have ROMs for that game because they may be too rare. That man's dead now. I killed him. I don't know. Have you ever looked? Look at that. It even saves the, like, places of magazines on the ground. How fucking cool is that? What game does that? You can't emulate PS2 without frame skipping cranked up? Oh. Oh, that sucks. Do you just have, like, a really shitty computer? Is that the problem? Or are your emulation settings wrong? Because I had a little bit of issue with, like, P4 at the beginning, and it turns out that my issues were that I was using, my processor to, like, render the images instead of my GPU. Like, one little, like, setting tweak can make a huge difference. Was it P4? It was P4. It was P4 that we had that problem in. Fuck, that was so long ago.
Snake, that handgun of yours is a USP. The USP comes in a variety of calibers, from a 9mm to a .45. Yours is a 9mm with 15 rounds per magazine.
Well, I'll look
It's
into
also
maybe
equipped
playing
with a
it
flashlight
if
for
I can.
nighttime shooting. In the dark, select the USP and aim to turn.
If
on
I
the
can
light.
both find it and if I get around to it. Because honestly, if it's that rare, I'm a little worried about finding it in the first place. That said, I totally owe Pache a Fatal Frame 3 playthrough. You have a Dell laptop. That could be your problem. I'm gonna blow your fucking brains out, bitch.
Freeze.
You ain't gonna have any brains. Or a foot. I want you to know I'm serious. I want you to know I'll shoot the shit out of you. I once shot a man for winking at me. What do you say, guys? We leave these one alive? I'm gonna leave this one alive. Shoot his radio first? I did shoot his radio. Who do you think I am? Someone who doesn't shoot radios? It was the first thing I shot. How did I kill this man? I feel like I shot him in the shoulder. Sir? Sir, how did you die, please? How did I kill you? What was your... Where did you get shot at? I shot him in his soul, apparently, because the man doesn't have a wound on his body. Bet you didn't know Snake could do that. He can shoot your soul. That's how he beats Psycho Mantis.
Raven.
Oh shit, it's Vulcan Raven.
Snake, that shadow,
It's him. No doubt about it.
But Raven was, you know, out in Shadow Moses.
I know. Maybe it's the last of his 9
What sucks about
lives.
PS2 horror
Or maybe
games
it's
is they're
Nathan
some of the
decided
best
to
in the
give him another
genre, but because the
chance.
horror audience
You're
was
not
non-existent if your
serious,
game
are you?
was in
Maybe
Resident
I
Evil or
am.
Silent Hill,
Maybe I'm not.
tough shit
Either
on
way,
sales.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah,
Snake,
I mean,
watch your step,
maybe
okay?
it's just because I'm an old man fantasizing about the old days. But it seems like games were just better in the PS2
Snake,
era.
Metal Gear is in the holds below the tanker's deck. Go down.
Why did they bother putting that one in a locker other than to fuck with me? Yeah. I don't know, it could be an interesting play.
Freeze.
Through? I bet you didn't know this, sir.
Don't shoot.
But I didn't mean to hold you up. Oh, that can't be... I meant to do that. I wanted to distract the other guards with the first one's corpse. Because I'm smart like that. Obviously. Alright. Yeah, Fatal Frame looks like an interesting series. I do have to play... Here's the thing. Once we're done with, like, Bloodborne and Dark Souls 3, most bonus stream games, especially because we're tearing through so many bonus stream eligible games right now, are going to be horror games. So there's going to be a period of time where the main game we're playing is going to be, like, an incredibly long JRPG, and the other game is just going to be a horror game. And that's just going to be my gimmick for a while. Oh, sweet. I feel like this man's
Freeze.
sole existence is to fuck with me. Some sketchy sounding sight, but they're I'm gonna be honest, they're always sketchy sounding. This man does not have any dog tags. So I'm gonna shoot him in the dick. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I know that site, I think. I'm not saying I've ever used it. But I may have heard of it. Is what I will say about that. Okay, so I hope you're all ready to do some nice, fancy exercise. Because we are gonna do pull-ups. Gave you an Elfen Lied vibe? I don't get the same vibe. But I've only seen it like once. That said, I am skeptical. It is... Who is the game director for that? If you know offhandedly. If not, I think I have it up on another page. I think I have it up over here in this monitor. Kuon, From Software, high-end period. I don't know if is she wearing enough clothes? She should be wearing more clothes. And she has eyebrows. What a horrible abomination. There is no information on the Wikipedia article about this game. So I'm just going to assume it wasn't directed by Miyazaki, and that's how I'll justify maybe playing it. So, important information that we've just acquired, I don't know if you noticed, is that if I fall off the wrong place here, I'll just fucking die. And you're probably asking yourself, why are you doing this? And I assure you, there's a reason. You know, colors just gave you Elfen Lied vibes. Yeah, I guess I could see it. It's kind of similar to, like, Paprika, also. Alright, Snake. You big fucking hunk of man meat. I believe in you. Don't believe in yourself. Believe in the me that believes in you. Okay. I almost feel like this isn't working. But I can't... There's not a help menu, is there? Because it feels like I should have popped by now. Turn orange, you dick. So every Metal Gear game has its own special bar. I need to be very careful so I do not die. Every Metal Gear has its own special bar, and the special bar for Metal Gear Solid 2 is the grip meter. This is the worst special bar in Metal Gear history. And it goes from levels 1 to 3, and you increase your grip meter by dangling off of ledges and doing pull-ups. And we need at least a level 2 grip meter, which is why I'm doing pull-ups. Granted, I could do with a level 3, but I don't want to do that many pull-ups. Snake, level up your fucking grip meter. If I talk to Otacon, is he going to tell me what I'm doing wrong?
Snake, there should be a door in.
That's not telling me what I'm doing wrong, Otacon. Tell me about the grip meter.
Snake, the engine.
Alright, shut up. Snake. Hurry up and level your grip meter. Snake! How many fucking pull-ups do you need to do? Holy shit. Holy shit. Snake. Snake. Snake! Okay, you know what? I realize it's faster. To just pull myself back up. Let's see, that's 9 right there. We should only need like 50 or 100, right? So at an average of 3 every time, I should only need to do this around 20 times. I guess 20 to 40. Unless I'm doing it wrong. It has been a long time. Hi, Snake. Hi, Snake. Hi, Snake. You son of a bitch. Nope, nope, you can go ahead and pull yourself up. Three, 4. One, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. I feel like we're gonna do it 5 more times. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that's the first time. That's the second time. If we do this 5 times, that's 25 additional pull-ups. Which means I'm doing something wrong, clearly. If 25 additional pull-ups upon all of the previous amounts of pull-ups wasn't enough. Because there's no way his grip meter shouldn't have increased by now. Okay, yeah, no, I'm doing something wrong. Clearly, because that's the only explanation. There's no other way. MGS2 grip level. You have to do 100 pull-ups. How have I not done 100 pull-ups? I might not be holding it long enough. That's the only explanation I can think of. Because I don't need grip level 3, I only need grip level 2 for this. Hurry up, Snake, do your pull up. Alright. So I would have to do this 30 times, I think? God, that would suck dick. Come on. Come on. There's like a riskier way to do this, where you get to do 10 if you drop off of one and then catch the other one, and it counts as 10. Which might be worth a shot. Because that might be a more reliable way of doing it anyway. As long as I catch it, we'll be okay.
Okay, there's a saying that goes, even a bird on high dies a glutton's death, as do the fish of the deeps. The lesson is, don't be greedy. The fish that belonged to a family called the Deeps died from overfeeding, and so did a bird that got high on something, probably fermented fruit.
Okay, if you say so.
I do, Snake. Don't take unnecessary risks just because you're greedy for more items. Remember the Deep family's fish.
Oh, that's great. Can I... That didn't work. That didn't work at all. That anti-worked. Okay, let's try this.
Snake, what's wrong? Snake!
Yeah!
Snake!
That didn't do it. That wasn't what I... Oh, God. We have a problem. We have a problem.
It's the enemy.
You'll never catch me alive, backup unit. That's a lot of people. Haha! Fucking losers. I'm Solid Snake, bitch. Hiss. Okay, there's nothing under here. Alright. There we go. That worked. You didn't think that would work, but it worked. Alright. Okay, Snake, come on. I am disappointed that my grip gauge isn't leveling yet. There's no, like, easy way to do this either. You know, you can understand paying out the ass for a PS1 game. PS1 had a great library. I don't know about that. But NES? Yeah. I mean, there's some good NES games. A lot of iconic franchises started on the NES. But I think they're all just kind of overpriced, like, by nowadays anyway. Like, a comparable indie game would be like $5. Maybe $10. For what, like, a lot of companies are selling for like $20, $30. And it's like, guys, you gotta understand the market at this point. Like, sure, it's an iconic franchise, but yeah, I know you're not defending it. Dun, dun. But yeah, PS1 had a good library, PS2 had a great library, PS3 had a pretty good library. It's like PS4 and Xbox One don't have shit, though. Can I just... You're actually gonna, like, save for Rule of Rose? That's lunacy right there. Wow. Like, it always baffled you after an AVGN episode the game would shoot up price. The game sucks, though. Oh, that's just a little, like, a little popularity boom. I mean, if you're gonna save up the $500 to play Rule of Rose, I would honestly suggest saving up $500 for a better computer, and then you can play whatever the fuck you want. Like, I think that would be a better investment of time and money. But you do you. Boop. Boop. 90% of the NES library shit. Yeah, but there's some like really like popular games on it. Like, it's not complete garbage. It's the Holy Land? What makes it the Holy Land? Snake? I've had it up to here with your shit, man. Favorite horror game? Have you played it? Or you just like the idea of it? Because I thought you'd never played it. One of these days my grip level has to go up, or I'm gonna have to give up and figure out another strategy. You played it on a really shitty emulator with frame skipping jacked. Oh, gotcha. Alright. Fair enough. Bum 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 bum. I think we have to ask ourselves, at what point do I give up? Because I feel like I have spent a half hour doing this. Snake, level your fucking grip strength already. After Rule of Rose, do you think you should stop looking into games, or at least old games, because how long until I find the next Rule of Rose? I mean, honestly, I would almost give you that advice now, but I think I'm just gonna stop. I'm gonna give up. I'm gonna find something else to level my grip strength. Maybe I should give up on grip strength. Maybe I should just turn invisible and beat the fucking tanker. This shit is crazy. And, like, if I do the drop method to level my grip strength, then I have an issue of falling 1,000,000 feet to my fucking death. If it was just, like, one level and I take massive damage, it wouldn't even be that bad, because then I could make it up with rations. But the fact that this is just a bottomless pit of death Makes it unfucking believable. How much do you think anime prices are bullshit compared to Western TV? It's way better than this, except Aniplex. Yeah. Oh my fucking god. Oh, I can't even take it anymore. I heard someone say the room with the fruit with the stairs is a good place to do it. We need to find fruit stairs room. How is there another man alive? I will literally murder this man. You don't get to be alive. Fuck you. Where is Semtex fruit room? But yeah, I don't know. If I were you, I would just invest in a new computer. Although I do own my favorite game on disc, so when you get Rolling the Rose in the mail, you I read it. My mouth didn't work. Is what I will say about that. Where is the fruit room? Is there a map of this fucking building? Where is the fruit room? Still gonna hunt for it for the summer because you're unemployed? Yeah, that's fair. Fruit room. Fruit room? Fuck me. Alright. That's it. I give up. I give up. It's a waste of everyone's time. It's a waste of my time. We're never gonna find the fruit room. We're never gonna get our grip strength up. I need to just give up, go to the engine room. You heard that. They call me Saint Gunman. That was beautiful. Did you see what just happened? All I need to do is that 10 times in a row.
Snake, respond! Snake! Snake!
Motherfucker. How did you live that? You don't get to live that. You all aren't gonna live. Go fuck yourselves. There, that's 2 in a row. Look at that. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it, guys. I will risk anything for this grip meter.
Get him. I need some backup here.
Speaking of AVGN, for a guy who makes movies, he missed his mark on a lot of movies. The Fifth Element video was the worst. I don't tend to watch AVGN movie reviews. And by tend to, I mean I've never done it. I tend to just watch him as AVGN or Board James. Yes! Suck my dick!
Congrats, Snake. Looks like those pull-ups were worth it. Your grip strength is up.
Ha 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 ha! I'm the champion. That only took a half hour. It only took a half hour. I don't know what everyone's complaining about. I see. I didn't think this through. What are you charging? Okay, now we can get back with the game. Who's ready to meddle some gear? I'm gonna shoot this man in the brain. Shot him in the brain. Little known fact, you need a brain. Phone, yeah.
Repair of the entranceway to the engine room on the port side is complete. We'll return to position following patrol of the small room on the port side.
Wish you wobble. That made sense in my brain, but not my mouth. Alright, so, check this shit out. It was 41% when I took a shower. It's currently 40. Damn. My phone charges immediately because it has the battery life of nothing. Alright, I love that. Check that out. It's the back of her head, but when you close it, it's the front. Look at that. Look how cool that is. Alright. So. What do you want, Otacon?
There's another set of infrared sensors in place.
Oh,
If
is
you
there?
touch that, the explosives will detonate and that ship will be pulverized.
That seems like a very poor decision on the part of these people.
There are too many sensors. Looks like I'll have to find another way.
No need to worry. There's a way through. Take a close look. Do you see the thing with blinking green lights right next to the explosives? That's the control unit for the sensors. Destroy that, and the sensors stop functioning. You can't get in close enough to touch it, so you'll have to shoot it out. But the M9's knockout rounds won't work. The USP you picked up should do the trick. Use that gun.
Okay, so, here's the thing about... Oh, I didn't notice that. Look at that. Here's the thing about these fucking sensors right here. There are more sensors for, depending on the difficulty level. So, like, I believe each level of difficulty is one additional sensor. Since we're playing on very easy, I'm pretty sure there's only one sensor. And we will be able to tell in a second when I equip these thermal goggles and I don't die instantly. A video I can... Oh, okay. What do we got here? Okay. Okay. Well, dear. Alright then. Now that said, anyone who's actually watched me review hentai on what I watched this week will know that I do comment on things like the background music and the creative narrative themes, and I once went on an entire discussion about the meaning of ants in a Yuri hentai, and ants representing young love. Just because it's porn doesn't mean there can't be layers, is what I'm saying. Oh, that was the most unfortunate time thing imaginable. That was recorded in 1999, was it? I wasn't born yet. Let's be honest, if you had to be a hentai fan in any era, vintage was the era. Because then they had the dubs, and they were just the worst, and that's what made them the best. You know what I'm talking about. I never change my age. How hard is it to realize that I was born somewhere between 2010 and 1910? It's only like a century. Look at that. That's some bullshiz. You'll never guess my age. Yeah, I've also said things to imply I was around in the 80s before. Nailed it. I'm 30.
Colonel, we have sealed the stern hatch. The lift is also under our control.
We're on the foredeck, about to descend to the holds.
Sir, the Marine Commander has started his speech already.
We will complete the preparations before the end of the speech.
All communications to the holds have been severed. No one is aware of our presence.
Let no one down into the holds until we are out.
Yes, sir. We will secure your exit with our lives if necessary.
There is one more thing.
Yes, sir.
My daughter, keep her safe.
Yes, sir.
Who goes there?
Oh, no. Oh, yeah. Bam! Nailed it. Nobody gets me. Media Blaster still dubs hentai. I don't know who that is.
Who goes there?
Other than hentai dubbers, I guess. What does Media Blasters do?
Oh, Shalashaska.
Media
Why are you here?
Blasters.
We thought you were with the Colonel. What the?
Is an American Entertainment Corporation. They put out these compilation sets called Hentai Haven Collection, and those are dubbed. Interesting. Okay, I know some of these. They did Ikitosen.
Yet? Have you made it to the holds?
It's taking longer than I expected. We've already passed the Verrazano
And
Bridge.
Ikitosen
Alright, we'll use another recovery
is
point.
one of my favorite
We may be
animes.
planning to change course.
What?
The exits to the deck are all sealed.
What are they planning?
Oh, here we go.
They
Kitty
get
Media.
We're going right off the fringe.
Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, Kite. I remember Kite. That was terrible. They dubbed Bible Black. Bible Black is a treasure.
Been taken over.
No, I mean, not the original, but Gaiden, the
The
prequel,
weapons won't do me much good here.
it's a gem.
Can you see Metal Gear?
No, I'll have to go around to the bow. They have some serious defenses.
Have you
I doubt the
seen
recent rivals want to blast
Imari?
the Marines either.
Wonder where they're headed.
I don't know.
Is that a hentai? The answer is probably no. There is an anime called Oh My Sex Goddess.
Okay, Snake. Let's go over this one more time. Use this
Someone
camera
made
to get
that.
photographic evidence of the Metal Gear prototype. Now do your thing and take pictures that speak louder than the government's plausible denials. We need 4 shots. Metal Gear from the front right, and front left, and a close-up of the Marine Corps marking.
Marking.
There should be a Marine's insignia on the body of Metal Gear. Just let someone try explaining away a clear shot of that.
All right.
That's a very stilted
There's
line from Bible
actually
Black.
one little
Oh,
Just
okay.
spit it out. I'm used to things going wrong.
It looks like someone's monitoring our transmission.
Who?
I don't have a clue. All they're doing is watching. It would creep me out less if they tried to interfere with our communications.
Could it have something to do with that cipher we saw?
Maybe. I've switched the encryption protocol for our burst transmission for now. What I want to do is use a different method for sending these photos, just in case.
Instead of using the codec?
The codec is
There's a
fucking
workstation in
magical
the southeast corner of the
at this
block where
point
Metal
in
Gear is
time.
housed.
It stimulates the small
I've
bones
made
in your
arrangements so that you can
ears,
send the pictures
and
from
it
the
can also
machine.
apparently send images and
Arrangements?
show
I
you
hitched
the
a ride on
faces
Week
of
16
people.
into U.S. military's proprietary network. Managed to get into that workstation and overwrote a part of the system software so I could remote install a little app I wrote.
Why bother with anything that complicated?
No, it's pretty simple, really. Look, all you have to do is stand in front of the machine and push the action button. The app will automatically launch and download the image data from the camera, split the files, and encrypt them individually. The data packets can then masquerade as...
Okay. So all I have to do is push the action button in front of the computer once I have the pictures, right?
Well, sure, if you put it that way. And one more thing. The Commandant's already begun his speech, but you need to get the pictures before he's done talking. Otherwise, they'll spot you, okay?
How much time do I have?
I hacked into his personal files and took a look at the text of that speech. I'd say you have 7 more minutes. Longer if he throws in a joke or two.
A 7-minute time limit, huh?
Remember, Snake, just the photos, okay?
With these kinds of odds, I won't be making any sudden moves. But that doesn't mean we can just let Metal Gear be hijacked.
Okay, but first the photos.
All right, we'll deal with the rest when we get there.
Stay low.
All right. Who wants to do something fun?
We initiated the...
Time to save?
Oh my god. That last one is something else. You don't know that. You don't know a human wrote that. Maybe they have a hentai translating robot.
Another Chinese proverb. Those who look to the heavens prosper. Those who defy it are no more. Do you know this one? The meaning here is... Hold on a sec. That you can only survive as long as you're a part of the natural order of things. You remember pre-ripped jeans? Manufacturers thought that just because people loved old, broken-in jeans, they would want to buy new jeans that looked old. So they purposefully...
What do jeans have to do with nature and order?
Denim should fray and rip on its own, naturally, right? Some designers tried to go against that, and no one bought them. The earnings report from that fiscal year is enough of a proof.
Earnings?
Oh wow. What a poorly aged bit of banter that was. Okay.
Weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another Metal Gear.
Alright, we're gonna do a little fun thing right here.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear...
Alright, I'll admit it. I threw a grenade into a group of Marines.
Snake, respond!
Alright, that was fun. But let's get for real now.
We initiated development of Metal Gear Ray as a countermeasure to these pirated weapons forces. The only thing that can stand up to a Metal Gear is, of course, another
Metal Gear.
With Ray, the hundreds, if not thousands, of Metal Gears that exist all over the world are no longer a threat. The blind rush to nuclear proliferation will be contained.
Oh yeah, now you see my master plan. You're like, why the fuck does Sack care about grip strength so much? This seems like such a waste of time. You should just get on with it, Sack. There's no advantage to having a high grip strength. It's a waste of time to level up Snake's grip strength. You're never gonna do anything. It's probably a waste of time to level up Ryan's grip strength, if we're being totally honest, because you only need to do it like once. But you know what I said to that? You know what I said to that?
Of these Metal Gear derivatives.
I said no. I said, I bet you didn't think I could shimmy like that. They call me Shimmy Jimmy. Because I want shimmied. I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. I'm drunk again. I say to cover up the fact that I'm talking nonsense and not really drunk.
Not to mention interference from a major player. But this project is vital to the Marine Corps. The enemy is sometimes closer to home than you think, gentlemen. Always bear that in mind.
Hentai credits are amazing too. Why are they amazing? Because nobody uses their real names, or because everyone uses their real names?
You're all familiar with the Shadow Moses incident during the Sears administration.
Tyrone Sexalot Christiana Moans. Christina Moans. These are the names of the characters, or the names of the...
Metal Gear.
Okay, so this is Metal Gear Ray, It looks really cool. It's by far the coolest looking Metal Gear. It is also worth noting that this is the worst Metal Gear. I am not drinking tonight, no. I'm just talking nonsense for some other reason, and I don't know. I did that on purpose. The name's the VAs. Because I wanted to see the scene in front of Ray. Obviously. Also, welcome, Pache.
This weapon will render all other Metal Gears obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy.
Never catch me alive, copper. Alright, let's take a fucking picture of this shit.
By Ray.
Did that count? I don't know if that counted.
The balance of power will mean a new world order, and we, the Marine Corps, will play a central role in its military affairs.
That's right. So Snake actually comments if you do it. I suffer. Why do you suffer? Yeah, that's too close. You want to see someone bring a hentai that some like well-known VA was in when they were a struggling actor and was like, yeah, sign this. They probably would. Is the thing.
Must be tense. Let's do a little
good.
Like, let's be honest. Most voice actors have been in something worse than a hentai.
Right.
Gotta get some blood drawn in the morning, so 12-hour fast. Ooh, that sucks.
I have a daughter.
Good.
Okay.
Experience the horror of nuclear war.
Now all I need is one more photo.
As a soldier, I know that is my duty. Metal Gear Ray is amphibious. Unlike the Army's Rex, it can cruise deep underwater, move in undetected, and make its landing on any shoreline. Its onboard Joint Tactical Information Distribution System identifies targets with unerring accuracy and takes them out. A massive fireball.
Freeze.
It is the ultimate weapon, and it is yours to guard. I'd like you all to think about what that means.
Holy shit!
This new model of Metal Gear is codenamed Ray, after the great Manta Ray. Our Ray has a sting.
You
that
found
Nathan
Sack's
never gave
file
him.
photo?
With this
What?
latest Metal Gear, we can rule the sea
Oh,
and land
you
as
nailed
we
it.
never have
That's
before.
exactly what I look like. That's exactly my LeBlue Girl copy.
We have intelligence that there are anti-Metal Gear terrorists planning to target the ship.
You'll never catch me. You'll never catch me.
Intruder to the left!
Well, that was just unfortunate.
Respond! Snake! Snake!
Can you believe the timing on that?
This weapon will render all other Metal Gear is obsolete. Nations building up their own Metal Gear force will think twice about their nuclear strategy in the light of the military dominance spelled out by Ray.
Freeze.
The shift in the balance of
You need to urine Samuel, so you can't use the restroom until later, and your bladder is complaining a lot. Yeah, one would imagine.
Military affairs. Ours is not the only military project devoted to Metal Gear development.
Why you gotta do so many tests? Just like a regular checkup?
Theirs is a program that will add fuel to the uncontrolled fire of nuclear proliferation. It is a fact that players in favor of such a policy are attempting to derail our own raid project. But I promise you that they will not succeed. You must be tense. Let's do a little stretching, shall we? Left. Right. Left. Up.
Cardiologist wants a checkup. Yeah, I haven't gotten a checkup in a while. Should really get my ass to a doctor.
Front. Left. Down.
You can stop at any time, dude. Cool.
Let's continue. I have a daughter, and it is my greatest wish never to have her or her children experience the horror of nuclear war. As a father, I want to leave a better world for the future generation. As a soldier, I know that is my duty.
Good.
Please don't mention food. Did I mention food? I don't think I said anything about food. Oh, maybe he did. You don't like doctors or dentists or anyone who wants to stick something in you. Fair.
Metal Gear Ray is amphibious, unlike the Army's Rex.
Alright. Well, I think we did pretty damn good. I honestly can't think of how this could have went any faster. Oh yeah, wisdom teeth suck. You know humans are starting to be born without them? That's pretty cool. Because we're eating a lot of meat. Oh god, prostate cancer. Yeah.
So, any codec moments from you, Snake? The first one I'm seeing is... Isn't this that soldier on the deck, Olga? I can't believe you took a picture of her, all things considered. The next one's... Okay, that's good. The shot from the right is in the bag. What's next? This is great. The Marines lettering shows up really well. Next up is... You're a pretty good photographer. We can definitely use this left shot. And the next one is... Okay, this works. It's a great front view.
You'll be dead by the... Snake, the speech is about to wind up. Forget the photos and get out of there now. You're going to be dead by the time you have to get checked for prostate cancer?
We, the Marines,
one would imagine.
will lead the charge into a new world order with Metal Gear Ray. That is all. Dismissed.
Oh shit. Sarcastic clapping. Dun, dun, dun. So have you gone to sleep yet, Pache?
Excellent speech, my friend.
Or do you have to stay up too?
Gift of the silver tongue. They say it's the mark of a good officer. End of a liar. Americans are too in love with the sound of their own voice to speak the truth.
Identify yourself.
I am Shalashaska.
Aha!
Also called Revolver Ocelot.
Oh shit, it's Revolver Ocelot. People like you don't tend to have the highest life expectancy? What do you mean by that? You slept a bit, but your bladder won't let you sleep more? Yeah.
This machine will be quite useful.
What are you planning to do?
Do you have to hold it for 12 hours, though?
No, I'm taking
Can't you just drink a bunch of water right before you get there? How did these two get into this building without setting off 1,000,003 Marines?
Gerlukovich.
Or
Nobody
me.
Move. Understood.
It had to be the first of the day, but the container is only valid for so long. Oh.
This ship now carries enough Simtex on its key structural points to blow it out of the water at the touch of this button. That's right. No one has to die needlessly. We're almost at the target. Get a move on.
Yeah, if you're not comfortable putting it, you don't have to. I get it.
What do you intend to do with Ray? Sell it on the streets?
I was raised in Snezinsk, formerly known as Chelyabinsk 70, the nuclear research outpost.
What are you talking about?
After the Cold War ended, my home was bought out by the Americans.
Is there a point to this sad story?
Not you would understand. Land,
He
friends,
mostly
dignity,
spins
all so
guns
the
in
United States of
3.
America. Even the technology that gave birth to these weapons is Russian, developed by us.
What do you intend to do?
Russia will rise again. And Ray is the key.
I regret to inform you that I have no intention of selling Metal Gear. As I said, I came to take it back.
Yeah. I mean, he does still twirl his gun sometimes. It's just more of his, like, 3 gimmick. He has a gimmick in every game.
Patriots.
The Lale Lule Lo. How's that possible?
Ocelot, have you sold us out?
I was never in your employ, Gerlukovich.
Are you still in league with Solidus?
No hard feelings, Colonel. Mother Russia can rot for all I care.
Since when, Ocelot? When did you turn?
I'm glad you noticed, comrade. I abandoned her during
Good
the Cold War.
luck trying to keep track of Ocelot's loyalties throughout all of these games.
Metal Gear only has room for one. Gerlukovich, you and your daughter will die here.
Damn you!
Sergei, looks like you were long overdue for retirement.
Traitorous dog!
It was impressive that he got that all out before he hit the ground. Oh, there he goes. There, he twirled the guns just for you.
Show's over. If you wish to live, I suggest you run now.
You think he was mocapped for that?
This ship is still in the lower New York harbor. You may yet make it to shore if you swim for your life.
Alright, so the thing about ships when they're sinking like this is that they kind of create a vacuum around them, making swimming away from a sinking ship almost impossible. His twirls in 3 are all mocapped? Huh. Did not know that. There are some impressive twirls in that game, damn. That means some motherfucker had to play Russian roulette. You know, obviously not with a real gun. No, you know what? Fuck it, canon. Whoever mocapped Ocelot really used a real gun for that scene.
Who are you?
Because it's cooler that way.
You know who I am.
Liquid?
Not so young anymore, eh, Snake? You're drowning in
He
time.
doesn't
I know what it's
shoot
like,
him
brother.
because he's
No wonder Naomi passed
all of
you
a
up
sudden
for the
he's
Fox
found out that
program.
somehow his cloned twin brother is possessing Revolver Ocelot through his severed arm.
Mind, Liquid!
The price of physical prodigy. Few more years and you'll be another dead clone of the old man. Our raw materials are vintage, brother. Big Boss was in his late 50s when they created his copies. But I live on through this arm.
Oh my god, it's so stupid. You're not prepared for it. Even if you know that that's what he's gonna say, you're not prepared for it. Oh, is this the mocap of him doing it? Oh, that's gonna be cool. Hold on. Oh my god, here it is. This is what I wanted to see, the Russian roulette scene. Nope.
You don't have what it takes after all.
Oh, nope. Nope. Oh, yep, nope. He does it. Wow, he actually does it. Holy shit. skips the Russian roulette, like, triple juggle, though. Wisely. So I really do think Metal Gear Ray is the coolest looking Metal Gear. Even if it's the one with the worst track record.
Otacon, we have a problem.
Why is everyone linking me so many videos? Oh god, did you actually find it? Nope. Nope. Still not the one I was talking about. Although I like that there's a whole genre of video where people twirl guns like Ocelot.
Snake! Snake!
Did I check out the end of the video? When I say Russian roulette, there's a very specific scene about midway through Metal Gear Solid 3 where Ocelot pulls out 3 guns and juggles 3 guns simultaneously. And while he's twirling the guns in the hands and he's like juggling them and crisscrossing them, he'll periodically stop, catch one, and then shoot. And then throw that one up again. And I mean, they have the Russian roulette one at the end of the game, but they don't have the mid-game one. Which is way harder, and also involves knowing how to juggle 3 guns at the same time and shoot while you're doing it.
No problems. Proceeding as planned, sir.
God, Ray is so fucking cool looking. Like, Ray may not be the strongest Metal Gear, but the mere fact that it's amphibious would make it an absolute terror on the battlefield. Can you imagine being in a submarine and then a fucking Ray comes at you?
Yes. I have photographic evidence of Snake on the scene. The cipher was most useful. I look forward to tomorrow morning's news flash. I would say the Marine Corps' plans are on indefinite hold. Yes, of course, Mr. President.
Oh, he's talking to the president. Shout out to George Sears, I think. George Sears? I'm gonna say George Sears. Hell yeah, I'll save the game. Well, we did it. We beat the tanker. President George Sears. You mean you don't know President George Sears? Scientists had to make thousands of calculations to create the atomic bomb and determine the effects of computers and atomic bombs, both products of World War II, grew up together. Information Age, People in Information and Technology Exhibition, National Museum of American History, and Smithsonian Institute. They never give you enough time to read those out loud.
Of that tanker 2 years ago.
Of course.
Terrorists blow a hole in an oil tanker full of crude barely 20 miles off the shore of Manhattan. Your classic nightmare. It didn't take long for the government to put an oil fence around the whole mess. And then
I mean, we don't know what president from what country and so on. That would be President George Sears of the United States of America.
It takes time, but in the meantime, the shell's become a landmark, a symbol of.
He was president in 2001, don't you remember? Don't you remember George Sears being president in 2001 of America? No one else was president in 2001. It was George Sears, I think.
Seized by an armed group.
Do we have an ID?
Former members of the Navy SEAL Special Anti-Terrorist Training Squad Dead Cell. Russian private army members may also be involved. It's a highly trained group, and they have the Big Shell under complete control.
Yeah, he was the 43rd President of the United States, George Sears.
What are their demands?
$30 billion.
$30 billion? What makes them think they can get that much?
There was a government-sponsored tour going on at the Big Shell that day.
Hostages, huh?
American school system is so bad, you don't know who the current president is?
From our own government. The most important person in a sense.
The most important person?
James Johnson.
The president?
Unless the
You silly, you forgot the whole world became a month. You did forget that.
Crude will ignite, turning the Manhattan Harbor into an inferno.
It is, you are correct, it is the ghost of Richard Nixon.
Chlorides being used to decontaminate the seawater go up with the oil. Toxins containing catastrophic levels of dioxins will be released. In other words, the bay's ecosystem will be wiped out, and the sea will turn into a toxic soup for centuries, becoming the worst environmental disaster in history.
The ghost of Nixon would like to remind you that he is not a crook.
You have two mission objectives. One, infiltrate the offshore decontamination facility Big Shell and safeguard the president and other hostages. And two, disarm the terrorists by any means necessary. You should know that SEAL Team 10 is also conducting a rescue operation.
Is this a joint effort?
No. Foxhound remains a covert body. Don't alert them to your presence. That is an order.
You know the first thing I'm gonna do is purposefully alert them to my presence. He was indeed.
I'm now inside Strut A of Shell 1.
How are things?
We're in luck. Looks like there are no sentries posted here.
What's the visibility?
The lights on the plant struts are functioning. I won't have to use the IR goggles.
Any problems?
There was a brand new hole cut through the oil fence. There's someone else besides me that wanted to get in badly.
That's not possible.
Hilariously, Richard Nixon actually ran, his daughter ran for, like, mayor of New York. But she refused to, she didn't use the last name of Nixon. Because she didn't want to have signs that are like, vote Nixon. She didn't think it would come off well.
We've already covered infiltration and VR training.
I've completed 300 missions in VR. I feel like some kind of legendary mercenary.
Okay, so this is an important fact then. Snake here has completed 300 missions in VR, but has no real combat experience.
The frequency is 140.85. When you want to use the codec, push the select button. When we need to reach you, contact you, the codec will beep. When you hear that noise,
vote Steve, you'll never have to work again.
The codec's
welcome, Sterling Steve.
Stimulates the small bones of your ear. No one but you will be able to hear it.
All right. I'll contact you if anything changes.
First, make your way to the upper section of the Big Shell.
How do I get up to the next level?
There's an elevator at
Can we just address how cool the skull mask is, by the way?
Sounds good.
You remember the 43rd President of the United States, George Sears, right? President
The
2001?
texture isn't far removed from rubber, but the material protects against a wide range of toxic substances. The suit itself has a
How do they have
wide
video
array of
footage from
built-in
inside
sensors.
the
It is
area?
referred to as
I don't
smart-scale
know.
military R&D. Data about damage to
I don't
different regions
know.
of the body, including blood loss,
I don't know how
is
he's
exchanged
showing
between
Ryan
the
this
suit and the
footage.
intravenous
I don't know how
nanomachine to
Ryan is
create a
capable of
feedback
seeing
system.
the other person, because codecs specifically
Relax,
work
the suit
by
applies
vibrating the
varying pressure to
bones
major
in your
internal
ear,
organs to
so they
maximize
shouldn't be getting
performance and
any visual
safeguard their
information,
functions.
period.
They call this the skull suit in Foxhound.
Nanomachines. I hadn't thought of nanomachines. You're right. The explanation for everything in Metal Gear is either nanomachines or magic parasites.
Locate the hatch first.
Or occasionally psychic powers.
Moving on to main mission objectives.
Okay. Sweet, we got an M9. Now, do I have... Oh, sweet, I do have the wigs. Cool. Okay, so, the one problem with this... Bet he's got a nice bulge? I don't know if he... Yes, he does. Wow, look at you, Raiden. However, I will say that the one scene where he is naked in this game, if you, like, use cheats to move his hands, he's absolutely a Ken doll. There are fucking bugs in this game, and it terrifies the shit out of me, and I hate them. Alright, now for everyone's favorite part of Metal Gear. The part where I do more pull-ups. Oh, yeah. Isn't there a black dot? I don't remember. I haven't been able to cheat in this game. If you look under the submarine, you can already see the bomb. Spoilers! But yeah, I know, it's actually really cool, and thanks for reminding me. I'll show everyone right now. Woo! And there it is. What is that? Who knows? Clearly not me. Or Steve. So one thing I like is that he doesn't do a roll, he does this dumb cartwheel. Of course he's a Ken doll. Why would they spend time presses? Something the players will never see. For their knowledge. They'll know. One thing I realized watching Chernobyl, there are never good answers involving the word megatons. What about the city in Fallout 3? That was called Megaton. That was a pretty nice city. Why is Raiden's grip meter so much better than Snake's? Don't say 'cause Snake is old. You do not get jelly beans and megatons, and if you did, they would probably be disgusting. So that's a Resident Evil which gave Hungarian layered clothing and physical breasts, nothing lower than... Interesting. If you want dongs in your games, go play Skyrim. They get tons of mods. Well, obviously, I have dongs in my Skyrim, Pache. Come on. They've led to my favorite moments playing that game. Sometimes they do, like, nude renders of models that they never end up using just because they had plans for it. Or because the, like, designers got really bored and they needed something to jerk off to. The water texture resonates well. Well, I mean, now that you point it out, yeah, sure. Ruined for everyone. Water textures are like the one things where I see in like a game and I'm just like, damn, that looks gorgeous. There was a mod in Skyrim for a great sword dildo called the Erectifier. Erectifier. Interesting. I modded dongs into my Skyrim, and I don't regret it at all. And it led to my favorite moment ever while playing that game, where they're like the Forsworn, you know, like the Forsworn Briarhearts are completely naked. And so I was in the situation where I was running through a Forsworn camp, and as I was going, I saw a Forsworn Briarheart with like an axe, and he yelled and screamed at me, and he just ran at me with a raging erection. And I'm like, oh my god, that is the funniest thing I've ever seen. Skyrim modding is the best. It's the only way to make that game playable. On the plus side, this is going to take a hell of a lot less time than it took for Snake. So, you know, you don't have to worry about this taking 30 more minutes. Good boy Ryan here can do way more pull-ups than Snake can. And I only need to do 100. Replace Skyrim with Bethesda games. I think that Oblivion is totally playable as a game by itself. I mean, they re-implemented monetized mods. You made dragons with Randy Savage. Yeah, I was never terribly into... Oh, agreed. Only the best lockpick skins. I was never into, like, the immersion-breaking mods. I was always into, like, making the game, like, more realistic. Like, I had, like... I think it was called Eye Needs and, like, Frostfall. Like, I made it so my characters can get sick, had to sleep, had to eat, had to drink, had to pee, could freeze to death. And it was really fun for a while, but eventually it got to the point where it was like, man, I kind of wish I could just keep playing the game. Surely wankers like Snake and Raiden have level 3 gifts. You'd fucking assume, right? Yes, hello.
Raiden, you should be used to the controls by now. Proceed with your mission. The clock is ticking. Get on the elevator on the far side of this area and get to the upper section of the big shell.
Fuck you, Colonel Campbell. I'm Raiden. My name is Jack. Like every other character in this fucking franchise. Yeah, where they imply that, like, you're on a time limit and you're really not. I hate the fucking grip meter, is what I hate. I'm glad this is the only Metal Gear with a grip meter. Now, the good thing about Raiden is he starts off right next to a pull-up bar.
Raiden, your grip has gotten stronger. Guess your hard work has paid off.
He starts off right next to a pull-up bar that's right next to a fucking ladder. How often do you use the grip meter? There's one segment of it where you have to use it for a really long time. You probably only need a level 2 grip meter, but nothing wrong with a little extra grip. Did you see they made a completely custom dungeon for Breath of the Wild? I didn't. As like a mod? That's cool. My main complaint about Breath of the Wild isn't there isn't enough dungeons, and the, like, shrine trials kind of suck. Doing this on the mission itself would just give you exhausted arm muscles. Yeah, it would be a terrible idea. And you'd expect that these two would be ripped to shit anyway, so they wouldn't need to do this, which I think is a major reason they got rid of this. GTA Vice City, you're a crime boss, but you can't swim. Okay, while we're talking about video game characters that can't swim, can we talk about Assassin's Creed 1, Altair, not being able to swim, and that game had the gall to have a goddamn water level. Fuck you, Assassin's Creed. I remember it was such a big issue, especially because of the water level in that game, that when Assassin's Creed 2 came out, one of the announcements they made was, by the way, Ezio can swim. And you're like, oh, good. Good. That is... finally. Which is great, because that game takes place in Italy, and at one point you go to Venice, and if you couldn't swim in fucking Venice, oh my god. Could you imagine the rage? My problems with Assassin's Creed is when your character needs to chase someone, and he starts climbing shit instead. Yeah, that's fair. I'm not saying that's my only problem with Assassin's Creed as a franchise, but we've got to play Assassin's Creed at some point. I think I can play it on PC, maybe? Okay, it's not the only good one. That's too far. The first four games, four games were pretty good. And I hear the sixth one is pretty playable. But I just don't like pirates that much. The story, you think the Templars are the good guys and the Assassins are the bad guys? That's pretty grating when you only play as the Assassins. Then you need to play Assassin's Creed Rogue. In that game, you're an assassin that defects to the Templar side, and then you play the rest of the game as a Templar. But yeah, we gotta go through the Assassin's Creed franchises at one time. I hope I can get Assassin's Creed 1 playing on PC. There used to be like a Steam message that it doesn't work well with like modding and operating systems, but I think they may have fixed it because I don't see the message anymore. Basically, ideologically, you get to choose between getting stabbed to death or having to follow rules. Yeah. I understand the Templars' perspective. Honestly, if I were to say which one is the bad guy, they're kind of both the bad guy. Like, absolute, like, rulership and control over the populace isn't exactly a good thing. But neither is complete anarchy. Named his dog Ezio and Roman? Yeah, no, I knew you meant dog. There was about 0% chance you meant dig. Alright, Raiden.
Raiden, your grip went up again.
So are you a Lar Chaos person, then, I guess is the question? That lag bone they use for his hair is starting to trigger. Well, on the plus side, we have maxed out grip strength. So, I'm gonna take this mask off soon. Now, let me be clear. There is, in fact, a wig in this game, an item that gives you infinite grip strength. I can't speak. I can't speak at all. Fuck off.
Got your feet wet? These are the...
Yeah, nobody cares. Shut up. I should have listened to him. Okay. But yeah, I'm going to be taking this mask off soon. So we're not going to have to worry about it anymore. What was I talking about? Something about Templars? Oh, whatever. Who cares? Anyway, Assassin's Creed Revelation's on the original favorite list, so basically that franchise has been confirmed from the start. Steve Arrow would be pegged to human misery. Well, okay then. At least you have goals. That's the important part. So can I see your sexy pre-robot riding IS? Just let me get to the elevator. Well, Rob never really wanted to rule anything. Haven't seen the final season yet, though.
Colonel, I've sighted an enemy sentry. AN-94 and a Makarov. Those grenades, all his equipment, is Russian-made.
Oh, you know, I got Rob mixed up with Jon Snow.
Grlukovich?
A Russian private army that was in line to work with the Shadow Moses takeover group 4 years ago.
What's their stake in this one?
They must have made a deal. An arrangement with the terrorists.
I imagine they're for, like, scuba gear and shit. The lockers.
A country.
Alright. Well, I can't give myself infinite ammo, so I'll make myself invisible. But yeah, oh, I remember. There was a wig for giving you infinite grip strength, but you need even more dog tags for it. And I already played the game on Extreme. Like, I think you need literally every dog tag. It's just not feasible. I mean, I guess it's feasible. It's just not fun. The idea is unfun.
There's definitely another intruder in here besides me.
That's not a possibility.
Not a team. Looks like a solo job.
One man.
We may not know who he is, but he managed to take care of every sentry in the area.
It is the best butt in gaming.
Cold. Whoever he is, he's got some skill.
That's all Metal Gear Solid 4 is right there, is fan service.
Now, you can take advantage of the situation and get to work. There's a terminal in front of the elevator. A node.
Did you say nerd?
Not nerd. Node.
Oh.
Use the node to gain access to the Big Shell's facilities network.
Then what?
Pull up the map of the structure. That'll let you activate the Soliton radar.
The Soliton radar? True. That radar came in useful during VR training.
A radar system. uses biological.
I imagine it
magnetic
didn't work
fields
out
as
too well
input.
for them.
These estimated enemy positions are projected onto a map according to reference points collected via GPS signals.
Cat or
and
dog,
field
maybe?
Personnel reports. We need to get to the map through the Big Shell's node to put this data processing to
I don't
practical
know
use.
about
The
that.
node
Snake
unit is
has a
about 3
pretty
feet
great
high.
butt,
Should be
Pache.
colored blue. Each area has at least one.
2B has a good butt, too.
How do I gain access?
You ain't wrong.
Just push the action button in front of the node. The nanomachines in your body will take care of the security clearance and allow you access to the node. Complete the procedure before those sentries gain consciousness. If they spot you, you won't be able to gain access for a while. Stay on guard.
Got it.
Yeah. Don't get seen is what he's saying. I don't think we're gonna have problems with that.
Raiden, you won't be able to use any of the enemy's equipment.
Why not?
I guess
You
could
should
kick
know that
2B's
all
ass.
active weapons are equipped with a personal identification
Yes,
system.
you are right.
The owner enters their
You are
required
you are
user ID
definitely right.
information during the weapon
But 2B
registration
has the
or at
better
start of the
ass.
mission. If anyone other than the registered user tries to fire the weapon, the ID system
You remember that
will not
time
authorize
Igus
the
solos the
Black
entire
market
C's
Russian
group,
weapon.
and it only
Something
happens
like
once,
this
and she's never able to do it again, and she's
They must
never
have been
that strong
customized
except
by
for
the
that one
terrorists
scene where she's
themselves.
briefly mind
These are
controlled?
professionals we're dealing with, and they certainly won't let their own equipment be used against them.
I'm guessing it's the same for the Navy SEALs gear?
Right.
How am I supposed to procure weapons then?
Find the ones that haven't yet been individualized. Everything you find in the item box is closed.
I mean, I guess
You should know this from
she
your
kicks
VR
the shit
training.
out of C's again
I know those.
in Answer, but
Items in the item box are
that's
yours
2 on
to
2.
use at will. They will be your supply source with regards to weaponry and gear.
And the hardest fight was the fucking dog and goddamn Junpei. Fucking dog and Junpei's goddamn motherfucking bitch ass. Never forget that dog and Junpei are the hardest fight in Persona 3. Except maybe Elizabeth. Oh shit. Oh, hey! Hey! Holy shit! It imported my old answers. Jack Sears. Born 0430, Liberia. Oh my god, thank you so much, game. I didn't remember all of the jokes I put into this. Nope, it's alright. It's alright. Everything I wrote there is correct. Holy shit. Blood on, type 1, cutscene, letterbox, full screen, caption on, own view normal, reverse, why would I ever want that reversed, group, on equip. I'm sure all of this is right.
Good work, Raiden.
The radar should be functioning now?
Remember your VR training.
The blood in
session.
this is so...
The tool is exactly the same one.
Yeah, I don't
It
think
maps
people
the
can
terrain
detect
as
the
well as
blood
position
stains,
of
but
enemy
it's
personnel.
aesthetically pleasing.
The bright dot in the middle is you, Raiden. The red dots are your enemies, and the blue cone shape represents their field of vision. Your radar isn't affected by the weather, but if you're discovered by an enemy, you won't be able to use it. It gets jammed easily, I'm afraid. It's all made from currently existing technology. You won't be able to use it in an area with strong harmonic resonance, so be careful. The Big Shell's layout map should now be available after touching the Start button.
How do I save the mission data?
I've set aside a proprietary frequency for saves, and an analyst to work on the data too.
Jack, is everything all right?
Here we
What are you
go.
doing here?
Jack, can you hear me?
Rose, you're not supposed to be involved. What's going on?
Jack, I'm a part of this mission.
Colonel, what the hell is going on?
Raiden, meet the mission analyst. She'll be overseeing the data saving and support.
Why her?
The Foxhound analyst that was supposed to take part in this mission was in an accident. Rosemary was brought in as a replacement.
An accident?
And according to the files, she knows you better than anybody else.
Yeah, one would assume.
But an intelligence analyst is no field officer.
Not to worry. She has our technical staff at her disposal.
She's never been a part of a field mission. This is insane.
I have my own reasons for selecting her for this mission, soldier.
Colonel, I fail to see...
I know your VR training performance in and out, but sometimes that's not enough. You're familiar with the Shadow Moses incident?
You know I covered it in VR.
If there's a crucial tactical detail that case taught us, it was the power of the operative's will to survive.
Where's Mei Ling? Oh, Mei Ling is only in this game in like one scene, and it's only in the tanker, and only if you save the game 100 times in a row, and Mei Ling will come in and criticize Otacon for his shitty quotes.
You need someone to watch
But you don't
your
see
back.
her, you just hear her
I have
voice.
conditions that need to be met, Colonel.
After that, Mei Ling only appears in
I'll
Metal Gear
perform
Solid
activities and save
4.
that mission data, but I'm aware that technically I'm not part of the mission control team. After all, I'm just a normal girl who's worried about Jack. But that means, Colonel, that I am not required to follow your orders outside of my immediate duties. Jack is not simply a field personnel for me to track. His safety comes first to me, not the mission. And because of that, I will be monitoring and keeping a record of every communication you have with him, Colonel.
Given the circumstances, you're free to do what you see fit.
Hey, I prefer this to being kept in the dark waiting.
I'd like to make a request, if I may.
Of course.
His handle is Raiden. For the duration of the mission, could you call him that?
Yes, sir. All right, Raiden. Let me know when you're ready to turn in a save. The proprietary...
Oh, Mei Ling is the best save.
140.96.
I would agree to that.
I just switched frequencies. Jack?
What?
Do you know what day it is tomorrow?
April 30th. Is there something special about it?
Isn't there?
I can't remember. I'm sorry.
Oh well.
They did afford military training for Raiden. They put him through 300 VR missions. And they could also afford a mission analyst, but they got into an accident. That said, you're not wrong about the cutbacks. Those are canon.
Raiden, the enemy sentry is regaining consciousness.
Be careful, Jack.
Find somewhere to hide until the elevator arrives. You must stay out of sight.
Yeah, probably exactly what happened. Okay. Oh boy, can I not see. I don't like bitches who can't give me money. I don't know what that meant. Oh. Ha! Later, losers. Can we get a counter start on how many times they say Raiden? No. Because one, we would have to get over the cross-game cheat menu, and also the only one that would be able to keep track of that is me. And it's gonna be such a huge number.
The name of their leader is Solid Snake.
Boom! Look at all that hair.
So that's why you changed my code name.
Right, but he can't be the Solid Snake. He died 2 years ago on that tanker after he blew it sky high.
Could he have survived?
Not a chance.
You know it. Only way to do it. Leave all the evidence possible.
Colonel, I'm on the roof. There are no sentries, but it would only take one to spot me in this light.
You never had daylight VR training, after all.
How is that possible?
You can find a node to log in from.
What about the commandos?
SEAL Team 10 has landed on Struts
Wait a minute,
B
they
and
trained
C.
this man in 300 different stealth operations, and one of them didn't involve daylight?
The big shell is comprised of shells 1 and 2. Each unit consists of a central core and 6 struts surrounding it.
So the whole thing is shaped like 2 hexagons connected end on end.
Exactly. And you're on the roof of Strut A, Shell 1 at the moment. First, get to a node. Log into the network.
Got it.
Oh no, you can curse in chat, it's fine. You just can't say idiot, I think. I think that's the only one that's auto-filtered. And I can't figure out how to turn it off. I have not seen Pentagon Wars. Do you want to see something fucking hilarious, though? Look at all that bird poop. That was it. That was the thing I wanted to show you. This bird poop. You can slip on it, and he'll just fucking fall. And it's the greatest. I may need a real gun for this to work. Yeah, I think I need a real gun or it won't work. Oh well. Diarrhea in Metal Gear Solid 4 is actually surprisingly important.
Raiden, look at that wire fence.
Oh.
You may be able to crawl through it.
Yeah, I can't figure out how to turn it off. But you can say anything else, I
Using
think.
the crawl button. Then push the left stick in the direction you want to move. Push the crawl button again to stand up. You can use weapons even while crawling. This is different from VR training, so you keep that in mind.
You can get a PS3 because you're offended by the diarrhea. There's diarrhea in all of the shut up Metal Gears.
Raiden, SEAL Team 10 is in.
Do we really have no line of communication with the SEALs?
They don't know a thing about us. You know we work in the dark, and this mission is no exception. Only a few people know about your presence here. There's no need for concern. This operation is under Pentagon's
What could
direct command.
possibly go
And the
wrong?
NSDD
We'll
came
just
from the
send
Vice
in an
President
entire
and the
group of
Secretary of
Navy
Defense.
SEAls and a
Your
single
mission may
stealth
be top
operative
secret,
and not
but it's
inform
going
the
through
Navy
usual
SEAls that we
channels.
have a stealth operative on deck. I couldn't see where that could conceivably go wrong in any way.
I'll go check the roof. I'll leave the first floor to you, okay?
Understood.
That's the most baffling one. There's no daylight in his training. Well, they're not the ones that sent the SEAL teams.
Colonel, I've located the node. but it's
They
under
can't
heavy
afford
surveillance.
Navy SEAls. Get out of here.
Closer.
Distract them. Try making some noise.
We don't
to
have the
draw their
budget
attention
for
away.
that. We couldn't afford daylight.
Flatten yourself against a wall and hit the punch button.
Got it.
You give up 3D faces for 2D textures anytime. If it meant not having to wait 5 seconds each call to finish the fucking loading. To be fair, I think a lot of the loading time has to do with the fact that this is a... this is on an old PS3 with like a lot of data on it. and it's on a collection of 3 different games. So it has a lot that it has to deal with. What do you want? What do you want?
Got one, I see. Don't leave him lying around. Hide the body as soon as possible. When his comrades come back from the roof, you don't want him being found. If they do find him, they'll be on the alert and things can get difficult.
Okay, can it?
Take a hostile down. Hide the body where a patrol is unlikely to come around.
Sure.
You can drag an enemy personnel's body. This is how to do it.
Get an SSD.
First, walk up to the body.
For a
and with all
PS3?
weapons deselected, press the
No.
weapon button to pick it up. As long as you have the weapon button held down, you can move around with the body in your grasp. Release the weapon button to let go of the body.
Honestly, if graphics as a whole just wanted to go back to the PS2 or like PS3 era, I would be totally fine with that. Like, I honestly, like, modern graphics are, like, so in the uncanny valley territory that I just don't think the amount of effort they put into this is worth it. I meant to do that. Hell yeah, chaff grenade. Yeah, I definitely agree on that. I mean, honestly, we just played No More Heroes. That game still looks pretty damn good. Obviously, it has its, like, technical issues, which we all saw, but... I don't know if I was supposed to go through this bridge or the other bridge, but we certainly went into this one. Raiden, don't get seen by the ciphers. Really?
Raiden,
I hadn't
watch
figured
your
that
back.
out yet.
That's a cipher, a type of UAV. If it spots you, it will alert enemy personnel. Exercise extreme caution. But you can use chaff to set up an interference field. That'll knock its sensors offline for a while. Try to locate some chaff. You can
I already
also
have chaff.
destroy the engine or the camera. Some of the UAVs may be armed. Be careful.
Copy that.
Wait a second. I just intercepted new intelligence on the operation being executed by SEAL Team 10.
Intercepted?
As I said before,
Oh, yeah.
they need to be kept in the dark about our presence.
So we just listen in.
Yeah, I would definitely prefer like a stylized game to something where they just threw $1 billion into the graphics budget.
Tell the guys upstairs that we've secured the package. Easy money. Good work. Your retrieval is on the way. Come on home. Roger that. Holy! Alpha Zero, report. Damn it, cover the president! Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Alpha Zero. We're under attack. This is crazy. Is that... Alpha Zero, respond. All Alpha, respond.
Raiden, the president's life is in danger. Head to Strut B now.
We just listened to a man get killed. That's Strut F. That's Strut B. So they don't want you going this way, and so we won't. Now, here's the thing about this, is because this is acting as sort of a tutorial, it makes sense that they're calling you as a player. But can you imagine what Raiden has to be thinking right now, as like an experienced soldier getting called every 3 seconds? Raiden, use chaff. Raiden, don't get seen by that unmanned vehicle. Raiden, you should hide bodies if you take someone out. And he's like, oh really? You think I should do these things?
Raiden, watch out. There are sentries posted on the connecting bridge. They will spot you if you continue on course.
Any recommendations?
Use the hanging mode.
Hanging?
Face any waist-high railing and push the action button to clear the railing and hang over the side. Once there, you can move sideways while keeping out of enemy sight.
All right. I'm giving it a try.
You wonder if this is based on Die Hard 1?
It
No.
will keep decreasing during a hanging maneuver, and once it runs out, you will fall.
All right. Bam. Nailed it. Oh, Kodak calls being based on John's walkie-talkie. I think they're actually just there to make it so that there's a logical way of you talking to someone. Because otherwise it would just be you, on your own. Codecs were originally introduced in the original Metal Gear for the MSX, MGX, whatever. Although he may have gotten the idea from the original Die Hard, I don't know. I'm not going to say he didn't. I'm just saying they've been around for a while. MSX. See, I know letters. Alright, so this goes back to the conversation we had in No More Heroes, which is how many guys that you're with need to be killed before you're just like, nope, I'm out. I don't know about that. I think he'd be getting his money's worth if he saved enough bullets to actually shoot Vamp when he landed, instead of the air.
All Alpha, come in. What's going on? Alpha, respond.
Yes, Raiden. Clearly the smartest thing to do is walk into this room. Now. After the gunfire has stopped. Okay, so Vamp is drinking this guy's blood in this scene, and there's no explanation for this. It's just weird. He's just weird.
What are you?
Five today.
Or rather, 6.
Get down!
No, they don't call him Vamp because he's a vampire. They call him Vamp because he's bisexual. Obviously.
Where is he?
Of course, I hadn't considered he was drinking blood because of nanomachines. What was I thinking? Can we just point out that the fact that Vamp was able to get the upper hand against Pliskin in this scene tells you that Pliskin was absolutely holding back.
What are you waiting for?
Because otherwise there should be no way for anyone to ever get the upper hand in combat against Pliskin except for Fortune.
Yeah, Queen?
Are you all done cleaning up?
Yes, but wait till I tell you what I found.
Something interesting?
I'll tell you in person. Where are you?
In the central unit with the president.
Be right there.
Hold on. I'm not an enemy. Calm down. My name is Pliskin. Iroquois Pliskin. Lieutenant Junior Grade.
Are you a Navy SEAL? How did you get in?
Fast rope descent from a Navy chopper.
Then why do you have a cockroach on your leg?
Have I seen you before?
That suit. Are you Foxhound?
That's right.
Foxhound was disbanded.
Huh?
Where were you before Foxhound? Delta Force?
I was part of the Army's Force 21 trials.
Force 21? That's about tactical IT deployment, right? Any field experience?
No, not really.
So this is your first.
I've had extensive training, the kind that's indistinguishable from the real thing.
Like what?
Sneaking Mission 60, Weapons 80, advanced...
VR, huh?
But realistic in every way.
A virtual grunt of the digital age, that's just great.
That's far more effective than live exercises.
You don't get injured in VR, do you? Every year a few soldiers die in field exercises.
There's pain sensation in VR and even a sense of reality and urgency. The only difference is it isn't actually happening.
That's the way they want you to think, to remove you from the fear that goes with battle situations. War is a video game. What better way to raise the ultimate soldier?
I bet you haven't beaten Sneaking Mission 60. Iroquois.
Right, what's going on?
The Alpha team from Navy SEAL 10 is dead. No, a single survivor.
The kid's wired with nanomachines.
Bah! Nanomachines. I've never had nanomachines in my body at any point in time, and you can't prove it happened.
Somewhere else.
I see. You said there was a survivor from SEAL Team 10.
Yeah. Lieutenant J.G. Pliskin.
Has he seen your face?
What?
This is a top secret mission. No one can know that we're involved.
It's a little.
I once beat the Demi-Fiends.
What's up? Take a look.
What the hell?
A Navy captain.
You all right?
Give me a few minutes. Must have lost a few more pints than I thought.
What was that man just now?
That blood-sucking freak? That was Vamp. He's Romanian, a wizard with knives, as you saw.
The way he moved didn't seem human.
You won't see that in VR, I guarantee.
What is he?
One of the members of Dead Cell.
I bet you never fought a man who can pin your shadow to the ground.
George Sears. The name was originally intended to reflect its anti-terrorist functions. The unit would launch unannounced assaults on government complexes for the ultimate terrorism simulation. They were needed to show VR troopers like you how to deal with the real thing. But around the time their original leader died in prison, the unit began to unravel. They were always close to the edge, but they became more and more extreme, began to go after U.S. allies, even civilians. We estimate that...
Can we just point out that what government facility could have conceivably passed a challenge against Dead Cell?
What happened?
The unit was devastated. There are only 3 left now, and you just saw one of them.
Why would they go after the big shell?
Like, that's just mean. That's like putting an entire complex up against invincible super soldiers.
Died 2 years ago.
You mean the incident that made this big shell necessary in the first place?
Right, and he was the one that sank that tanker.
But he's a legend.
Legends are usually bad news. There's not a lot of difference between heroes and madmen.
You're saying Snake is still alive and pulled another one?
No, he's not involved in this one. His body was positively...
Okay, Fat Man, we need you to only blow up the left wall. Got it, blow up everything but the left wall.
What about the other soldiers? I saw Russian equipment too.
Former Soviet military. They're probably mercenaries. The big shell is too much ground for just Dead Cell members to hold down. You weren't briefed on any of this? And you came in alone to boot? Why? What are you really doing here? Can't tell me, huh? Fine with me.
I don't smoke.
You do now, son.
Handy.
We couldn't afford a briefing. That's the most terrifyingly real statement.
Come in, Alpha Zero. This is Bravo Zero, currently at the bridge between struts B and C. The president is... Damn, I can't hit this thing. It's like some bad dream. Alpha, anyone, come in, all Alpha. This is Bravo Zero.
We had to use VR training because we couldn't afford real bullets.
The BC connecting bridge.
We need to get there. Can you handle it?
I need a few more minutes. Remember my frequency. It's 141.80.
Okay, so Iroquois Pliskin is Master Miller in this
I've been
game.
briefed on this plant's layout. If you need information on the place or about Dead Cell, contact me. You're using nano communication, right?
Yeah, but I can patch into your frequency.
Okay, so he's using nano communication. That might be how he'd be able to get visual information.
Hey, what's your name?
Raiden.
Raiden? Strange code name.
Makes up for the boring one my parents gave me.
Jack!
Find out someday.
I've seen better butts. Alright, we got a SOCOM suppressor. Let's put that in there. And I think we're getting ready to wrap up the stream, but there's a couple things I want to do real quick.
Raiden, SEAL Team 10 has engaged someone on the BC connecting bridge. The president is most likely
Now you can
there
never
as well.
remove it. Is that true? I know you can remove it in 3 and 4.
Is in danger. Go now.
That is true. You can remove it in 3 and 4, but you cannot remove it in this game. Good to know. Alright, so interesting thing about Metal Gear Solid is that all of the codec numbers are the same in every game. So if once you know one, you can know them all.
He's asleep?
Alright, good job everyone. Hey Pliskin, what's going on, dude? Now, because we all know that Pliskin is the greatest soldier of all time... Oh. What's that beeping sound? What the fuck is that? Because we all know that Pliskin is the greatest soldier of all time. And as I just pointed out, there's literally no way to get an upper hand on him conceivably unless he was holding back. Here's some amazing proof that he was in fact holding back.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
Yup. You think he's sleeping, but he's not.
Think you can shoot that thing?
I do. Gotcha. Okay. That's enough fun there. Why?
Jack, it's me.
Hi.
Everything okay, Rose?
Don't you need to save the mission data?
Oh yeah. Thanks for the reminder.
Okay, well, I was gonna save once I got to the strut, but I guess the game is literally forcing me. So I guess we're gonna save the game now. And with... Nope, there's gonna be a conversation. I was gonna start wrapping the stream up, but there's gonna be a whole thing they're gonna talk
Do you
about.
remember what day tomorrow is?
That again. I'm sorry, but I still don't have a clue.
That's okay.
What is it, Rose? Talk to me.
I'd rather you figure it out. It's important.
How important?
Important enough, and we'll talk about it tomorrow.
Why not now?
Tomorrow seems more appropriate. I need all the help I can get so that I won't chicken out anyway.
Is that the reason you decided to be part of this mission? Okay, I'm gonna finish this thing by tomorrow no matter what.
You know I'll do everything I can to help you.
Rose, there's something I need you to do as an analyst.
What is it?
It has to do with Solid Snake. The leader of this takeover incident is claiming that he's Snake himself.
The legendary mercenary?
I need as much data on him as possible. Everything they have on him after the Shadow Moses incident.
He's dead now, isn't he?
Yes. Should be a burial record somewhere, too. You should be able to request top-level security clearance from the Colonel. That should get us into the most classified material.
I'm on it. I'll contact you as soon as I find out something.
Okay, cool. Well, with that, I think it is about time to wrap up the stream. It's been a fun time. Let's see. No stream tomorrow as usual. We're going to be back with this on Thursday, and now that we are done with the fucking Wii, may or may not do Bloodborne again on Friday. I don't know. We'll see. Y'all know the deal. Thanks for stopping by. Hope y'all had fun. I did. It's good to be back in Metal Gear Solid 2. And until then, I've been Sacrobolic, your Envoy of Hope, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye. Beep. Also, luck with your